Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. Let's take a look at what we're discussing. First of all, it is great news from Pakistan because this was the first meeting of the calendar year when you talk about the International Cricket Council, and the very first which the newly elected chairman PCB, Mr. Mohsin Naqvi, attended and represented Pakistan in the UAE. And in that meeting, a lot of positive developments have come out. Pakistan, of course, is set to host the Champions Trophy in 2025, but he also had a meeting with the heads of Cricket South Africa and Cricket New Zealand, and there on mutual basis it has been agreed and announced that both South Africa and New Zealand cricket team will be coming to Pakistan at the start of the year 2025 to play a tri-series before the Champions Trophy on a one-day format, of course. So this tri-series in Pakistan is going to happen after 21 years, because the last tri-series that happened was in 2004 between Pakistan, Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe. So I think it's a positive development, because if you want to host 8 teams in a premier ICC tournament, then you obviously have to look at yourself logistically as well. So it's very, very important that we have a precursor to that tournament and we show the world that, 2 international teams are coming, we can host 6 more of them, and of course necessary practice in similar conditions as well. So we'll talk about that in detail as well, because obviously when you talk about, we did speak that administrative wise Mohsin Naqvi is going to make a lot of changes. He is the man for the job, and once you're elected on a position, you can perform according to the expectations as well. So that we will probably see as well. Then of course you move on to Sri Lanka's tour to Bangladesh, the third ODI, which is underway of course. Sri Lanka bowled out on 235 runs, and we will of course be talking about that as well, because that of course ended in which Sri Lanka probably, we talked about the fact that they've had their ups and downs, but if you talk about Bangladesh, I'm impressed with their bowling, because they have been absolutely superb. They've won the match by 8 wickets as well. So it's disappointment for Sri Lanka, who are supposed to be on paper, I think, a better side than Bangladesh. But Bangladesh in their home conditions, impeccable, and the way their bowlers and batters have performed, I think a lot of credit to them as well, because chasing this target down with relative ease, and that too in just the 41st over, with 10 overs to spare, they chased it down as well. So I think winning by 4 wickets, the third one-day international, and they now win the series 2-1. Najmul Hassan Shantu is the player of the series. Player of the match was Rishad Hussain, took 1 wicket and scored 48 not out as well. Taskeen Ahmed once again back 3 wickets. Mehdi Hassan Miraj 2, Mustafizur Rahman 2 as well, and Jananet Leanage scored an unbeaten 101 runs knock, but it was disappointment, although Lahiru Kumara got 4 wickets, but unfortunately Tanzeed Hassan's 84, Rishad's 48 and Mushfiq's 37 were just too much for Sri Lanka. So congratulations to Bangladesh, they win the series. Then of course we move on to Afghanistan versus Ireland, where the third T20 international will be played today. The series is level at 1-1. Afghanistan won the first T20. Ireland have won the second one. It was a stellar performance from Ireland. They really, put the pedal to the metal, and they had the better of Afghanistan, and now the series is draw at 1-1. Time now to introduce the guests. First of all, in studios, we've been joined by cricket commentator, international broadcaster and presenter, and our sports expert, Qasif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Walaikum assalam, Ahmed. I'm fine, thank you.
We've also been joined by senior cricket commentator, cricket expert as well, Kashif Shabir. Assalamu alaikum, how are you, sir?
Walaikum assalam, all well, thank you very much.
Great to have you on the show as well. Of course, Asif, let's initially start the discussion with this ICC meeting. A lot of positive things have come out, but I think particularly we really need to talk about the fact that a tri-series in Pakistan after 21 years looks like all sorts of positivity are going to come out from PCB now.
Well, Ahmed, I think it's really important, and in your intro you were telling that it's happening after 21 years, I think, or 24?
Yes, 21.
21 years. And I think if you see the track record, actually the franchise cricket wasn't happening, and the international cricket, that the boards, they were utilizing their resources on the tri-nation series or bilateral series. Yes, bilateral series are happening. Pakistan also played in past, and of course that recent past Pakistan went to New Zealand for the T20 series. But when we talk about the ODI tri-nation series, it's really important. I do remember the Sharjah Cup, I do remember the Australasia Cup, I do remember that Pakistan used to go to Australia for the Tri-Nation Series, World Series. Pakistan used to go to play Tri-Nation Series in South Africa, in New Zealand. So I think it is really good for the betterment of ODI cricket. And when we talk about that, the Pakistan will play the Champions Trophy in Pakistan. Pakistan will host that. So right before that, it will be a very, very good option for all of the teams, for New Zealand, South Africa, to prepare themselves for upcoming Champions Trophy. And when we know that the internationally that the T20 cricket is happening a lot. And in that scenario, when Pakistan Cricket Board is organizing this Tri-Nation series and all of these teams, they will play the ODI cricket, I think that it would be a very good opportunity for the batters, bowlers to improve themselves. And a 50 overs game, it's really important, when we talk about that the Pakistan is struggling for a long time. And we have seen in the World Cup, in ODI World Cup, Pakistan didn't perform well. Only one thing, that the Pakistani team was playing T20 cricket in enough amount, but Pakistan wasn't playing Test cricket or ODI cricket, and that's why in longer format Pakistan is struggling. So I think a very good initiative from Mohsin Naqvi, that the chairman of Pakistan Cricket Board, rightly said by you, that elected chairman, and now he is taking decision with full power, with full force, and of course these kind of decision will do something better in the future of Pakistan cricket.
Absolutely. Kashif, it's very important when you talk about the concept of a tri-season in Pakistan. It's been 21 years. You're set to host 8 teams for the Champions Trophy. And I think it's important that 2 of these teams are coming before the tournament, playing. Not only is this good match practice as well before the tournament, but logistically you can have a better assessment of the way things are going.
Absolutely. And I think this is a very positive move by the PCB chairman, because in my opinion, I think Pakistan has lost the courage or the hope of hosting all these kind of events, because it has been a very, very long time since we last hosted this kind of an event. So I think this is going to be a trial for Pakistan. This is going to be a moment when Pakistan will definitely feel that they are in a position, they have the capability of hosting this kind of a very big event, because this is just a start of ICC events coming back to Pakistan. We lost cricket around 13-14 years back, but now everything is back in Pakistan. PSL is a very important event, and we have shown the world that we can host multinational countries, and we can host international players in Pakistan. So I think this is a very proactive move by PCB chairman, and this is exactly what was expected from Mohsin Naqvi, because remember we have been talking about this, that he is a proactive person and he know how to lift the morale of Pakistan. So this is a very positive move. Now the important point is that we have to lift the infrastructure of our stadium, because our stadiums are not in a condition that can host this kind of an event. So we have to work on the infrastructure, which obviously PCB chairman is working on. So, and we only have around 13-14 months left. So this is not a very big time for Pakistan to gear up and to host all this mega event. So everything has to be done on a hurry basis, so that we can have the infrastructure ready, we can have the facilities, the logistics, everything should be ready for Pakistan, so that Pakistan can host ICC event in 2025.
Oh, well, certainly. Asif, you'd like to add something?
Yeah, I think that the way Kashif bhai is saying, that it's really important, that in ODI World Cup, even Pakistan team wasn't able twice to didn't play full over. Pakistan got out early in 46 or 47 overs. In one match, Pakistan got out in 45 overs. So I think when we talk about the Test cricket in the longer format, the Pakistani batters are struggling. Either we talk about their technique, either we talk about their temperament, their consistency. Each and everything is a question mark, apart from a couple of players like Rizwan, or if I talk about the Babar Azam. So, and rest, we do not have a lineup. So that would be a very good chance for Pakistan to play this Tri-Nation series, give chances to the new player, and it will be happening right after the Qaid-e-Azam Trophy and Pakistan Cup. So I think that you should give chances to the top performers of the Qaid-e-Azam Trophy and Pakistan Cup. So when the players, they're performing well, they're getting momentum in Qaid-e-Azam Trophy in longer format, and when you're giving them chances right after that, their confidence will be definitely sky high. And in that scenario, if you're giving chances to the young players, the performers of Qaid-e-Azam Trophy, you will get new talent. And then you know that, Ahmed, when we talk about the question mark, the consistency, you do not have good players in your middle order. Fakhar Zaman, once again a question mark. Iftikhar, yes, we have one good prospect, that is Saud Shakil, But apart from that, we do not have good options.
But Asif, technically, I think there's no point if you can't utilize your own home conditions to the best of your advantage.
Well, of course that. I mean, that's why I'm saying give chances to the new players and
make conditions suit
make
yourself
good
as well.
pitches. You know, supporting pitches not only for the batters but also for the bowlers as well. You have, you know, very good fast bowlers in Qaid-e-Azam Trophy. I always talk about Muhammad Ali, that he was a very good performance. I have watched him. You have given him one test and you said thank you very much. Now he's performing well in the franchise cricket, even in the shorter boundaries. His performance is more than average. His performance is good. I'm not saying he's extraordinary in T20, but you know, in wide ball cricket, you'd have to bowl either 10 overs in ODI or in T20 4 overs. So for the 10 overs, you require a bowler who could bowl long spells. Not a bowler who's not having problem with the injuries which we had in the past, like Naseem Shah, Hasnan, Musa, plenty of names.
Certainly, but Kashif, like I said, it's important. I think with the insecure, lineup that we have, probably go with tracks that suit batting more than bowling, because that's where Pakistan tend to be in trouble. But then again, the argument is that use your own conditions to the best of your advantage, as teams do around the world as well.
Exactly, and this is the advantage that the home team finds in all these kind of tournaments. But again, you know, the kind of pitches we have, they all suit batting, and unfortunately batting of Pakistan is not consistent. This is where we are lacking. But now the problem is that as we have all these kind of batters, we need to find batters who can bat in a longer format, because we have not been focusing on the domestic circuit. We have not been focusing on the Qaid-e-Azam Trophy. We don't have a bigger pool of players available with us. We only have 15, 16 players, and all those players are being revolving in all three different kind of formats. So we need to find a better team. We need to find a consistent players who can perform for Pakistan. This is very important for the coming ICC Champions Trophy.
Certainly. Kashif, one of the reasons why Pakistan has struggled in the longer format is because of our ability to not pick wickets in the middle overs. Let's be very honest. So we've really struggled in that part, and that's where primarily we've not been able to develop spinners. Now this becomes a very important juncture if you have a tri-series with two teams that you have dominated in the past with spin, but now it's evolving to an extent where players are playing every kind of bowling according to expectations. They're not, failing at where you call that they'll come to Asia, they'll struggle against spin.
Actually,
yes.
Ahmed, actually the problem is that Pakistan has been focusing in the recent past only on the T20s. Our focus primarily is on T20. Not only the focus of PCB, but the focus of all the players. They prefer playing T20 as compared to the longer format. And this is exactly what the problem is. If you talk about our fast bowlers, they have the ability to bowl only 4 overs. They cannot play in the longer format. And this is exactly what we have seen in the World Cup. So if you want to bring them back to that habit, you have to give them a longer version of the game. And the only longer version which is available for Pakistan is the Qaid-e-Azam Trophy. In the PSL, we have seen the players who have been performing in the Qaid-e-Azam Trophy, they have performed well in PSL. So the point is that we need to find the proper mix for the longer format. Either it is the bowler or the batsman. For the batsman, we need to find the players who have the proper technique of playing cricket, and this can only be found in the longer format.
But that will only happen once you're sure who's your one-day captain.
For example, Saud Shakil, he has been performing well in test matches in Qaid-e-Azam Trophy, and he has performed well in PSL. So this shows that you need to have the proper technique, whether it is the bowler or the batsman, and that is what Pakistan need to find.
Well, Asif, like I said, that for that you need to be sure of who your team management and your skipper is. That is also a debate right now at Pakistan cricket, that who's going to take over those roles, because so far things are not looking so positive in that direction.
Well, unfortunately, this is really bad, but my skipper is Ahmed Nawaz, and I'm quite sure. And right before the show, Ahmed, you were sharing this story with me, and now you were telling this to our viewers as well.
Yes.
This is really unfortunate, that once again, I was discussing to one of my friends last night that why Indian cricket is going day by day, they're getting better. Why? Why they and Australia, they're the champion side, because they do focus on their prior cricket. either it's a Ranji Trophy or the domestic cricket of the Australia. If you have shared so many times that their performers, 4-5% performance, even they do not have even in the lineup for next 2-3 years. What does it mean that you'd have to play 4-5 seasons? You have to perform there. Same with the captaincy. If you are doing captaincy in the domestic structure in under 19, and then you are coming up in the Qaid-e-Azam Trophy, in Pakistan Cup, in National T20, then you would be able to come up for the Pakistan side. But in Pakistan, this is really unfortunate that the nationalism I cannot see anywhere in the Pakistan team. Everyone is just struggling for the personal sake.
But Asif, let's be very particular in this subject. So far, if you talk about the captaincy matters, a lot of people right now, including current players and former players as well, are advocating that whoever is the skipper should be the skipper for all 3 formats, not one. That is right now where things are hanging in the balance.
But I think that we had enough discussion regarding this, that the what England is doing, Australia is doing, that Australian T20 captain is Mitch Marsh. Now their former cricketers, including Ricky Ponting, they're also demanding that Mitch Marsh should be the permanent T20 captain because he's performing so well in T20. And yes, in Pakistan, if you talk about that, we had Test captain Shan Masood, we have, and T20 captain Shaheen Shah Afridi.
And one-day captain unknown. So
unknown, yeah, and that's why I said Ahmed Nawaz.
Well, I think that is a debate that should be left for another show. But the fact is that things are looking a lot positive. A tri-series is surely something that Pakistan would fancy. Asif and Kashif, thank you very much for joining us. That wraps it up for me and the entire team. It's goodbye for now.